Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. It is Wednesday. Gosh, May the 11th already. So welcome to our Facebook Live. I want to thank you if you're watching the replay, whether you are on Facebook or YouTube. So happy to have you join me. I know people are busy and sometimes the replay is what works out best. And I'm just glad to have you here, or if you're watching live, that is awesome as well. I love spending a little bit of time crafting and connecting with you. I may be a minute or so early. I was ready to go and super excited today. You can probably hear the birds outside chirping. Such a pretty day here in Texas. As you hop in, I hope that you will let me know where you're watching from, how you're doing. So thankful for all of my friends that are able to join me. So as you know, we have a beautiful new Stampin' Up! Annual catalog that launched last week. Oh my goodness, it has been super popular, and I'm so excited to be able to share another new stamp set and designer series paper with you today. Always so much fun to use new product. And I have another fun layout for you. So I'm going to wait just a second to let this pop up in some news feeds, and then we'll get started. So while we wait, I will let you know that I have opened up another round of designer series paper and ribbon shares. That is always a super popular service that we offer. Dale always helps me. And I just thought I would talk about the way that I do my paper and ribbon shares. Every demonstrator is a little bit different. But what I do is basically have the paper and ribbon shares that you can sign up for. You can do one or both. And then 4 people are sharing one of each package of designer series paper, whether it's 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. The 12 by 12s, I cut them in half. So you get a 6 by 12 piece of those designer series papers of each of the designs. And then the 6 by 6, you get one of each of the designs. So it gives you a really nice sampling. I like cutting the 12 by 12 into 6 by 12. I just feel like it gives you more options. I know a lot of demonstrators cut the paper down to 6 by 6, but I just like doing 6 by 12. And then we package that up, we label it for you, and we ship that to you, or you can pick it up if you're local. So I'll put a link to that once this video is over, put a link to the description of that event and that information, because I would love for you to join us. I've got another share that's almost full, but I can always open up another group if there's interest in that. I love it because I can provide that service for my customers and team, and I get to see all the papers, get to know it a little bit better, get to know what colors are included, as well as the ribbons. And then if you participate in the ribbon share, the bolt of ribbon is divided 4 ways, so you get 2.5 yards of each of the ribbons. So just a really nice sampling that you can still make a lot of projects with. And then if you really fall in love with something, you can purchase, your own bolt of ribbon or package of paper. Okay, let's get started with some projects today. I'm trying to think if there were any other announcements. I don't think so. Okay, we are using some fun product today to create some super cute and simple cards. So this is the limited edition stamp set. And this is really designed, I feel like, for the back of your cards, but there are also some images that can be used on the front of the cards, which is what we're going to do today, or I'll have some other ways to share with you as well. So super cute little stamp set. Now, if you ever sell your projects that are made with Stampin' Up! Product, There is something called the Angel Policy, and Stampin' Up! Does ask that you put the copyright Stampin' Up! On your project. And this is one of the, excuse me, this is one of the stamp sets that does contain the copyright Stampin' Up! Stamp. So it's very small, but that is required if you're selling projects. So super cute little stamp set. We're going to use this one today. And then I went ahead and pulled in some embossing folders. Now this is one painted texture. It carried over and it is beautiful. It almost looks like gesso. As you run that through with your cardstock, it's really, really pretty. Just add some beautiful texture. When I do a simple card layout and design, it's always nice to add some extra texture, and this is a great way to do that. And then we have this embossing folder, and it is called, I'm trying to look because I just got this one, Painted Posies. This is a brand new embossing folder from the annual catalog, and it's really pretty. And then this one is time-worn text. And this, or type, time-worn type. This is not a new embossing folder. It carried over, but it's new to me because I didn't have it before, and it's really pretty as well. I don't know how well that will show up on camera, but in person, that really can make a big difference with your projects. So don't forget about your embossing folders. Then we are using a paper called Design A Daydream, and I'll just show you these gorgeous patterns and colors. It's such pretty paper. So lots and lots of patterns to choose from. This is a really cute one. And lots of pretty colors as well. So you'll notice there's 12 different designs, and of course they are double-sided, like most of our designer series papers. So let me flip this over and show you the other side. Some cute stripes. And in this package, you get 4 of each of these sheets of paper. So that's a huge package of paper, y'all. And this is a special paper, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Just have a couple more designs to share with you. They're just amazing. So this Design A Daydream designer series paper is actually a perk of being a host or hostess of a party or workshop. So at the very, very back of the catalog, this is, I was trying to find, page 179. It talks about Stampin' Rewards. And there's this designer series paper as well as a couple stamp sets. Now what this means when you host a party or workshop and you gather orders together and it reaches at least $150 in sales, then you earn Stampin' Rewards. That just means free product. And you can even host your own order. So if you place a large order that's at least $150, you still get Stampin' Rewards. What's great about these exclusive host reward products is that they're kind of discounted. So you're using your free product credit, and like the stamp sets are $10, $13. This paper is just $18. So if you have a $180 order or party, the paper's free. I'll tell you a little secret. If it's a $150 order or party, Stampin' Up! Will let you pay the $3. So you can get, the vast majority of that for free. Now with your Stampin' Rewards, you can redeem them for anything that you want. And it starts at 10%, so like a $150 order, you get $15 of free product. And you can choose to get dimensionals, another stamp set, whatever you'd like, but these exclusive host reward products are discounted per se. So you get a little bit more mileage out of that free product. So super excited about this paper. It's really, really cute. Last year we had some pretty paper that was a host reward, and I'm excited that Stampin' Up! Did that again. So I am using this Design A Daydream paper to create a super simple little card, and then the stamp set to add this really cute sentiment, a paper hug from me. So it works as the sentiment on the front of our card. Now, one of the colors that we have in this paper pack is Blackberry Bliss, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm looking for my bone folder because we're going to use that as our card base on this next card. And then I went ahead and embossed the Petal Pink Designer Series paper with the Posy embossing folder. I don't want to glue that down just yet. And then I cut some circles from the Designer Series paper, so we're going to be adding, and I chose another stripe pattern. And then I've got one more project we'll make with this very same layout, so stick around for that. And I also have some Happy Mail to share with you today. Actually, quite a bit of Happy Mail. So I just used the embossing folder to add just a little bit of texture, and a lot of the paper does get covered up with the Designer Series paper circles, but you know, it just adds a little something more. And I like pulling out my embossing folders every once in a while. I kind of forget about them. And then I get on a kick where I'm using them quite a bit. So, okay, we'll let that dry for just a second. And I just cut from Designer Series paper this little piece with the layering circles dies, and then a scallop circle to mat that with. And using Blackberry Bliss ink, we use the exact same sentiment and stamp it right here on this circle. So do you ever stamp on your Designer Series paper? I think that just gives a really neat look. I covered my glue and I still need it. And so this just has a very small border around that stamp sentiment, but I do think it does help to make that stand out. A little scallop circle, and it's going to go right here. But before I do that, I want to bring in the glittered ribbon. This is glittered organdy ribbon that did carry over from our last catalog. And I thought I would add it. I don't know if it shows up super well, but I do have a strip of it back behind here. And this time, I thought it might be fun to put it on kind of at an angle. So we're just going to mix it up a little bit. Again, because it's a very simple layout, I think some of those little touches can really make a difference. I'm just taping that ribbon to the back, bringing that across, and then I'll tape this other end. You could use glue dots or a bit of adhesive if you want to. I just find that that Scotch tape is quick and easy. Holds that in place. Little bit of a cheat method, but that's okay. And then we'll go ahead and glue this panel on. Want it up like this. Got a little bit of glitter on my table. So doesn't that petal pink look pretty on the Blackberry Bliss card base? Very pretty. Okay, and we're almost done, you guys, with this one, and then we'll make one more, like I said, and then I'll show you some Happy Mail. So somewhere I have some Stampin' Dimensionals, because we want to pop our sentiment up just a little bit, that little focal image. And then if you know me, you know that typically I would add an inside panel, but I'm not going to this time. I think that's a little bit wonky. We'll fix it a little bit. So let me know what you guys think of this layout. It is super, super simple, but it gives us a chance to show off our designer series paper, and I always love that, and make some quick, cute cards that we can get out in the mail. So nothing on the inside right now. Let's make one more card, and again I have supplies ready. This time we're using a mint macaron card base, again pulling one of the colors from that pretty designer series paper, and this is where I use the painted texture embossing folder. Make sure I've got all my pieces here, and I'm just going to use this pattern. Oops, I need to take the lid off. Trying to be better about not letting my glue dry out, y'all. The struggle is real. So just adding that circle there. This is just one of the larger circles from those layering circles dies. Y'all know I love those dies and I use them all the time. And we'll put this one down here. So they overlap just a tiny bit in the center, but that gets covered up when we add our focal image. And again, I think we will use some of this ribbon, but this time I'm thinking about maybe offsetting it a bit, not having it exactly in the center. I think that's going to work. So, once again, pull in my Scotch tape. I'm going to go kind of down the side of these circles. See if I can get that about even. And trim off from that bulb. That glitter ribbon is just so pretty and fun. So I think that that's going to work and still add just a little bit of sparkle. I think so. I may scooch it over just a tiny bit. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere this down now. And be sure when you do use embossing folders that you're using plenty of adhesive. Just making sure that that makes good contact with your card base. You don't ever want your card to come apart. So be sure to use plenty of adhesive in your crafting. Okay. Let's go ahead. Again, I'm stamping on a little piece of designer series paper. And still that very same little sentiment. Oliver. Sorry, y'all. Got that down a little bit low. I may have to, maybe I'll try stamping on this other side. Didn't intend to stamp that low. There we go, that'll work. Sorry, Oliver hears something. Such a good little guard dog. Yeah, that's gonna work just fine. So again, using a little Blackberry Bliss scallop circle back behind to really help that sentiment pop. And I think that it also pulls out some of the design from this other piece of designer series paper. It's going to be cute. And again, we will bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop this little sentiment up. And we're going to be done with this card, y'all. Such a cute and simple layout. Pop that sentiment on. Okay, and again, an unfinished inside. What is happening? So here's our projects. Let me know if you have a favorite, okay? So what I'm doing is my Friday Finding Inspiration video for the month of May. We're talking about ways that we can decorate the inside of our card and also our envelopes, because we don't want naked envelopes, right? So be sure to meet me Friday over on YouTube, or in the afternoon on Friday. I usually share the link so that you can see the video. I share it here on Facebook. But you want to check out the video because I'm going to take each of these cards and decorate the insides and create a matching envelope. So it just gives you more ideas, and I thought that would be a fun way to kind of extend what we do on Wednesday into Friday. So Finding Inspiration has just been different ways that we can think outside of the box with our crafting. So be sure to check out that video and you'll see how I complete these cards. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about before I show you some happy mail is that we have an amazing joining special right now with Stampin' Up. So it's always a great time to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but through the month of May, Stampin' Up is giving a little bonus, some extra in your starter kit. So a starter kit, you get to choose $125 worth of product. You get free shipping. You do pay the tax. And then it's really whatever you want to put in your kit. And that does make you a demonstrator, which means you can be a happy shopper, or anything up to doing videos and holding classes and events like I do. There's really no pressure. You get to decide what you want to do as far as being a demonstrator. I will tell you that the vast majority of people just enjoy the discount and crafting and having new crafty friends. Now, during the month of May, Stampin' Up! Is adding $66.50 worth of in-color products to the starter kit. So that is an amazing deal. We would love to have you join our team. If you have any questions, let me know, but I would love to see you take advantage of this awesome deal that Stampin' Up! Is offering. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our giveaway. Last week it was these awesome new little embellishments, and we have a winner, and that is Ellen Williams. Now, the way that Ellen was entered for a chance to win was that she left a comment after watching the video. You can also send me a heart, you can give me a thumbs up, or even a wow face, and that all enters you for a chance to win. Also, if you share the video, if you have friends or family that might like to see these projects, I would really appreciate it. And I know that a lot of my success is because of you and the fact that you support me and you leave those comments, and that allows, through the algorithms of Facebook and YouTube, other people to see my content. So I love doing this little giveaway each week so that I can help reward you for helping me, and I just appreciate you so much. Now, I found another package of those iridescent rhinestones. Y'all know I love them. That's our giveaway for this week. So be sure to send up those reactions, those hearts and thumbs up. Be sure that if you're on YouTube that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and leave me a comment. I'd love to have a comment, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube watching the video. Now let's talk a little bit about some happy mail. I've got quite a bit to share with you today. Okay, let's start with this fabulous project. This beautiful card came from my friend Baby Ruth, and it's a stunning Mother's Day card. What struck me was just how pretty it is. It's got a little bit of shimmer from some embellishments. I love that she kind of cut the focal image down, and so there's a little bit more of a border around the edge, and it just really draws your eye into the center and all the beautiful decoration on the front. So thank you, Baby Ruth. I really enjoyed this sweet surprise when I went to the mailbox. And then let me save those to last. Then I've got a couple cards that Dale received. So this is a card that he received from a fellow teacher. If you don't know, Dale is my husband, and he teaches Algebra 2 at a little town not very far from our home. This is his first year teaching, so it's been quite the little experience and journey. But last week was Teacher Appreciation Week. So he went ahead and pulled some handmade cards that I've created and put them in other teachers' boxes so that they would get a little bit of encouragement. And he got this one, and I thought it was just so sweet. It's just a piece of paper folded in half with a thank you. And I can't really tell. It looks like this may have been pre-printed, or maybe she even wrote it with the Sharpie. But how simple to just take a piece of brightly colored paper and make a thank you card. Then he also received some cards from students, and I thought this was just so sweet. I don't even think this one is signed, but it's a piece of construction paper folded in half, but they took the time to make a little note for him, and it just really touched his heart, y'all. So these cards, they make a difference. The cards that you create, they make a difference, but only if we send them. So I know we love creating, and that's such an important part, but we also want to be sending these cards. Times are hard right now. People are struggling. And so a piece of paper that's folded in half with a stamped image or some other decorations, you can really make a difference with that. And people need that. So I would really encourage you to sit down even today and send some cards out in the mail. Now, we also received this awesome college graduation announcement, and this is a girl named Hannah that we have known since she was a baby. So just love this time of year when you get graduation announcements. And then this last piece of happy mail comes from our grandson, Ethan, and he is graduating next Friday night, the 20th. So just thought I would share. It's not handmade, but it's still super special. And, you know, of course, we will hold on to this and treasure this. And we're just so proud of Ethan. So I just kind of wanted to give him a little shout out. And of course, we'll make a handmade graduation card for him. Let me know if you have any questions about the projects today. Again, let me know if you have a favorite card. And I hope that you will watch Friday's Finding Inspiration video so you can see how I finish those off. Thanks so much.